Okay, one sec. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
This is so crazy. Oh, do I have to hit? Yes, I have to hit it. There I am. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Okay,
Now it's
we're
recording.
being recorded. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I wanted to do this meeting, the Zoom. I wanted to just wait. Let me start over. I'm really happy to be here because I want to share about building and what it takes to build something. And I've had a lot of business partners before in the past, and I know I mentioned on my previous meeting that I was going to introduce my business partner, and I'd like to introduce Sophie and Rose Cheson, my business writing partner that basically essentially restored my faith that you could have a relationship within a business and just completely fulfill your craziest dreams about.
Yeah.
I had no idea that this was going to be possible.
No.
And how we met is the craziest thing. And you want to fill in
Yeah.
some.
It's our favorite story, basically. But basically, so I was taking acting classes at just a local studio where I am, and I it was just pretty ironic because I was like I didn't know really what I was doing, so I like obviously wanted to be an actor, but it's just so complicated. So I was taking classes on and off, and the timing itself where we met is just so it couldn't be more perfect because I took a year break. So when I came back, I felt like I came back like a fresh person. Like I was just in the classes, and then I got assigned a really hard script, and I was panicking doing it because it was just so out of my comfort zone. And I did it. I did really well, thank God. And then I sent it to my dad because he's like, I don't know what I was looking for. I don't know if it was like feedback or something, but he is more critical and honest. So I sent it to him just to see what he would say. And he didn't even say anything. He didn't write anything back to me. He didn't, I don't know. Like, I didn't know if that was a good sign. But all I know is that night, it was like the same night, he comes home and he's like, I have someone that wants to talk to you. And I was like, who? And he's mentioned your name before. Like, I just didn't like really know.
Right.
So basically, he's like, I have someone who wants to talk to you. And I was in the middle of eating dinner, so I was like, I don't really want to like talk to anybody. And my whole like my mom was there too, and he calls you, and you're on
Well,
speaker.
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
No, what happened was I could, you mind if I interject
Yeah.
here? Yeah. Your dad sent me the video.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
immediately looked at it,
Yes.
and I had never done this before. I'd never just randomly call someone
Yeah.
FaceTime,
No, yeah, it was
much less,
FaceTime too. Yeah.
I went to school with her father, but we hadn't been speaking. We hadn't
Hmm.
spoken in
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And
That was
um,
like the first time, right? In years.
yeah, like in years, in years. I mean,
It
and
was
we've
so
been out
out
of
of the
school.
blue.
Yeah.
I think
And she
something
sent
like
me, goes, what do you
possessed
think?
him to do it, kind
Say
of.
that again.
I feel like something possessed him
I don't know if
to
something
do
possessed
it.
him or whatever, but it's probably the best possession I've
Yeah,
ever received as a gift,
yeah.
But he sent the video, I watched it, and I immediately went, "Oh, she reminds me of a young Jodie Foster." And so I called, and not only, like I said, not only did I not call
You
regularly,
FaceTime.
I call FaceTime, and she was, as she mentioned, like, no, 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 but it was more kind of like, no, 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 I want to talk. And her mother was there. I had never met her mother. I didn't even know, I didn't know anything about his family.
Yeah.
Um,
You just like
and
plopped the phone on
yeah,
the counter
yeah. And I
and
said, listen, I don't even know why I'm doing this, but the bottom line is, if you want to get something done, blonde hair and blue-eyed girls used to work before and get whatever they wanted.
yeah,
The
now
world's
it's
different right
different.
now, and you have to work. And if you want to work, you're going to have to create something.
Hmm.
And in simple, um, what it ended up happening was we spoke a little while. I got introduced you to your mom, and then I said, listen, if you want to do something, I'll help you.
Hmm.
I'll stand by your side through the process. And next thing you know, I didn't expect, and then I received a phone call the next day
Hmm.
in the morning.
Yeah. Cause you told me that you have to do something on your own, that you need to create something
Yeah, you need
yourself.
to create something. You need to have a voice.
Yeah. So I ironically was thinking about that a week before, just like what else I could do because I was struggling. Like
right,
I didn't know what to do with myself. So
right.
especially
And
with
did
this.
you, and then did you, at that point, you had just graduated high school? Oh,
Um, I think it was 2 years ago, right? So I think
yeah,
I was
you
18.
were 19 or
No, I
18?
just turned 18.
Wow, wow.
I turned 19 the
No,
next
you
year.
had just, wait,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you had turned
Because we're going
19.
on the third year. Like this is going on the third year, right?
Wow, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah. No, you were 19 and you were, because you, yes. So no, we're going on the second year.
Oh,
Is
the
it going to be
second.
second year?
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh, so I was
Wow.
19.
Yeah.
I'm
And
so
what we
confused. I don't even
discovered
know,
in
but yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you came out of school, you didn't know what you were doing.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what I was doing either because I was like in the middle of ending a business relationship that I had. And I was like, the last thing I was doing was like, I need to work, I need
Mm-hmm.
to make money. And I essentially thought you were going to be a client,
I know.
And so we started working together
The next
and
day, I called
yeah,
you and we
yeah,
started
it was,
having
yeah,
writing sessions like
yeah,
that the next day with the
yeah,
idea that I came to you with an idea.
yeah.
Like, and I was like, what am I saying? Like, I didn't know what I was talking about, but I like believed in it. And then what it turned into evolved into something completely different.
Yes,
It's still
completely,
like kind of the
completely
same
different.
concept, in a way, but
I mean, it had a genesis of the
yeah,
same thing, but
it had
we
like
worked,
the themes
yeah, we
and
worked
the
together
characters.
for about 5 months
Yeah.
on it, and then you were in your getting your hair done,
Oh yeah.
and your hairdresser said, "So what are you up to?" And
hmm And so yeah, and she told me that I told her like what I've been doing, like writing. I've been working with a partner on a script and screenplay. I said, but it's it's just really hard. Like it's like so she said, she one of her clients' husbands is a producer and he is in the film industry and she said I could connect you with him and he so I contacted him and he told me he's like he mentors like college kids and we could have a call and I told him about Lonnie and how it's more of a professional, um, like basis. So he scheduled, and we had our first Zoom call with him
yeah, yeah, yeah.
a
Oh,
week a week later.
and to preface the conversation, this is the fifth time
Uh,
I'm actually seeing Sophie
the fifth, I know.
in like visually.
Yeah,
We met once. We've
in
met
person.
once in person. And this call that we're on right now, this Zoom call, is the fifth call that I've
Yeah,
ever seen her
because we
face.
just talk on the phone.
We just talk on the phone and we do business and it's crazy. But anyway, we met this guy. He was super great.
Yeah.
He kind of got us up to a certain spot where we realized that we had a blind spot. Or I realized after working all the time in this business that I was missing something. I was missing something that was getting me to the next step.
hmm
And no matter how great the scripts were, no matter how great my stories were, there was something missing. Sophie is much younger than I am. And the worlds are different, but they're not. She has like an old soul, and I
It's
feel
so
like I'm
different nowadays,
forever
though. It's
19.
crazy.
And we work well together. And so we pumped out a script. We got it into a couple of things. We even got into a magazine
Okay.
in your town, which was great. And that was actually kind of telling in a short time, so much was happening. It almost felt like it was magical. It was
hmm
fated to happen. And then I had written a script in a pilot in 2020, like an outline of a project, and I handed it to her, and I said, "Listen, at this time I was still mentoring her, and she was working kind of under me in a way, like me telling her what to do, and we were working together." And I handed her this project and she read it and she goes, I like it, but I think it's just a TV series. And the last thing I wanted to do was write a TV series because I was like, it's too much work,
Yeah.
da
It
da
turned
da,
into a
and
feature film, right?
huh?
You had the idea there was gonna be a feature film, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
completely. And what has happened since then is Sophie liked it. She pitched it as it's a TV series. I was hesitant. And then I came back and I said, I think I know what will work. And I suggested that this might be a novella.
Yeah.
What was the most interesting part, or what has been the most interesting part about our relationship is that the listening,
Uh-huh.
the communication, the working things out has been amazing.
Yeah. And it was originally, I feel like it went from like a film, like a feature film, to a TV series to a full-length book. Like we
Yes.
were gonna do a full-length book, and then we were like, we've never done that before, but it seemed overwhelming. Not that we can't do it, but just something about it didn't click. And then I think when you came with a novella, I didn't even know what that was. And then that's when I started researching it, how this could actually work, because, we were talking about Stephen King, how a lot of
Yeah.
his stuff were novellas and then got adapted
Yeah.
into like the greatest movies. Like it's just,
Yeah. And so we started working together, and this has been probably one of the most easiest, most dynamic ways I've ever worked with someone, and the most fun, and actually the most successful.
mm-hmm.
And we actually have our very first novella hitting the stands on August 4th.
Yeah, so
And
surreal.
it like it blows my mind. And what I am weak at, Sophie's great at. Um, I don't think she has a weak side to her, but
I
her
don't think you do
I know, but no,
either.
no, but I mean like a lot of like technical, a lot of like minutia, a lot of like you're so good at like digging and asking
Yeah.
questions. And because I've worked so much with a different type of person, I've never had that ability to kind of like really share in the
Like
experience.
dissect
And
everything.
say that again.
Like to like dissect everything.
Yeah.
Like just I don't know. I mean it's crazy. It's just yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I mean it's like I feel like we've been doing it for how long have we been working on the novella?
Oh, we've been working on a novella for probably 9 months.
It's like it doesn't seem like it seems so
Yeah.
long. But
Yeah.
hmm. Yeah,
I mean, imagine we spend like 6, 7, 8,
I
9 hours on the phone.
then there was one night where we were talking, the editor sent her notes, and literally it was all day. Remember that day?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was on
Yeah.
Father's Day.
Yeah. We spent a long time, but the bottom line is we have this novella coming out called Straight Girls Are Dangerous.
Yeah, and we're so proud of it. Like
Yeah.
beyond.
And
It's really special.
it is special. And it's led me to believe that not only can dreams happen, but the unexpected when it's happening, you
Yeah.
have no clue. I would have never thought in my entire life
It's like,
that
it's
I
so
would A, find
unreal.
a good writing partner, B, find a great communicator, three, find somebody compatible,
Yeah, it's,
and four, like care enough for someone to actually deliver and be on time. And yeah, it's
like imagine like I'm me living my life in New Jersey. You're living your life in California. And then meanwhile you went to college with my dad. And who knew, let alone the future that this was going to happen, when you guys were in college. But then just you didn't even know I existed. You got to meet
no.
my dad and you didn't talk, and we just collided, just from that one video. Like it's just so great. Like I don't know, and it didn't have to lead up to this. You literally
No.
could have just said, which almost happened, but you could have just said, "Oh, great job! I see you doing well in the industry," and just moved on. Like you could have just gave me words of
We did
encouragement.
have that moment of
Yeah.
reckoning, which I
Hmm.
think is probably the biggest part of this conversation was like how things can evolve. I know we got to the point where I was like, I can't do this all day.
Yeah.
I can't be on the phone all day. And because I had an initial of like, oh, you'll be my client.
Yeah.
And so I
That's
was
what
like,
the phones
oh,
were.
I'll be getting paid. At least this will benefit each other.
Hmm.
And I remember when the day when I went, did you tell your dad? And you're like, ah, no. And I
Yeah. I
said,
didn't really
okay.
tell him
Yeah.
much about it.
Yeah. And I said, well, I can't, I really can't do this like
I
this.
know.
And you were like, what do you mean? I was like, well, this is my life. This is
Yeah,
what I
I
do.
know.
This
It's
is,
your time, your
yeah, it's
dedication.
time. And it's not like I don't care about you. I do, but I have to get this, I have to make a living.
No, I know.
And you went, I remember you had this somberness in your voice, and you went, "If I had known this, I would have never started."
Hmm. Like
And
if I
that
knew
hit
it was
me.
gonna end,
Yeah, if
I
I knew
never
that
would
this
have.
was going to
Yeah,
end, I would have never started.
yeah.
And I went, "Wow." And so I said, okay, but funniest thing, I had made up my mind already that I didn't have the time.
Hmm.
So I was like, I have to end this. And so even though I had said, oh, I get off the telephone, let me think about this, I'd already made up my mind that it was going to be over because I just couldn't afford to. And I took a walk around my house and then I came back and I literally picked up the phone and you went, hello? And what I went to say, I didn't say. I literally went, okay, okay, this is how this is going to work.
Hmm.
We're going to work together. I'm going to teach you how to be a boss, and I'm going to teach you how to write so well that you'll never have to worry about money again. And just don't be late. Um, show up willing to learn, not knowing that I was going to be the one learning so much
I know.
about life. You taught me so much
Me
about
too.
people being responsible, about people actually caring. Your caring made me care about myself in a way that I don't think I had ever cared before. And it felt good. I'm a different person because we're
Me
working
too.
together.
I
I'm a
know.
completely different
Yeah.
person.
And I remember you also said, like, I think when it was not like when we almost stopped working together, it was mostly during the process of Perfect Sylvia. But it was like, I remember you said this isn't about the script, it's about your life. Remember you said that?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah,
because it's like, it was so much more than just the script,
yeah,
especially as my first one, you
yeah,
know? So, and then I also remember that first call, you told me to read, to pick like three scripts to read and to study, and I did. I read The Notebook, and
yeah,
then the Sylvester Stallone Rocky, and then Good Will Hunting, and like I just felt so like this is the new beginning of my
yeah,
life. Like after our call, even
yeah.
after we worked for months on the script, I felt after that call was like a whole new world happening.
And it
I
was.
really had it was like just more pressure to commit.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
my whole thing was if I could put you through a 2-year
Oh yeah,
conservatory, which
you. That's what you were
we
gonna
haven't
say.
even gotten to the 2-year mark. We haven't,
Yeah, I
we're,
think two. When would 2 years be?
it would be October or November
Oh,
of this
November.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years. And in that 2 years, I mean, like, we've done so much, but I've only seen you 5 times.
I know, and I've learned so much. Like even just making pitch decks, which I
Yeah,
enjoy so much, but it's like I don't know, just learn and like we work around everything
we
too.
do. Yeah.
Like it just comes so naturally.
You, I tell Sophie all the time, you're the only one that I talk to. You like I speak to nobody else. Like
I
I
know.
speak literally I mean, I do speak to other people,
Yeah.
but like when it comes on to this I've never been more committed and dedicated, and I've
Hmm.
actually seen truthfully where my weaknesses are
Yeah, me too.
because of working with you. Like
Which is a
literally I've
good
seen
thing.
so much of like, oh, that's why this didn't happen, or you couldn't
Yeah.
communicate clearly to this person maybe because I didn't care enough,
Hmm.
you know? But
Yeah. I see it
so
too. It's a lot of awareness,
yeah,
but
but and
back
greatness
to
and woo. And the bottom line, we do have our first novella coming
yeah.
out in a week,
Like
August
literally
4th.
a week next week today.
Yeah,
Well, we're
yeah.
filming this
And
today, Tuesday, but
and we've been business, we've been ad agencies,
oh my God.
we've been
Literally,
writers,
I
we've
called
been
my first agent
yes, oh you
for
did. You
pitching.
did.
Yeah. No, like, remember?
Yeah, we had like there were certain things that we did like that I had, like I said, I suggest that you do this
Hmm.
just to be within the business
I called
and try
CAA
things.
and I told them about the script.
Yeah, you
I said,
did.
hi, I'm 19. Like, I didn't expect them
You
to.
want to say his name? You want to say who it is?
Peter Levine.
Yeah.
I
And you
called
got
him.
him.
Well, the reason why was because we wanted Ethan Hawke, right? Or somebody, I forgot who it
Yes.
was, to be
I,
the
th I think it
villain.
was Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
And so
But
we called
Peter
you
Levy,
called Peter
yeah,
Levine.
represented one of them. I don't know. I don't want to like say for sure because I don't remember who, but somebody who we wanted to be in Perfect Sylvia. So I called and it was the aunt, like like the girl that answers the phone, and I said, "Hi, can you just transfer me to him?" And I didn't expect him to answer. I really didn't, and I just said something. My heart was like literally pounding, and but what was crazy was he put me on hold like very quickly. And I didn't know if he was gonna come back or not, but he came back and he's like, "I'm so sorry," like apologizing as if I'm like important. You know what I mean? It was just so special, and he was so amazing. And even if there was like nothing he could do, he was just so genuine. And it's like I'll never forget that because that was just the biggest milestone, and it's so big for me too to
Yeah.
like experience. And yeah, if I've sent him a few emails to try and thank him, but it was just I was
Well,
proud of
we're gonna
myself,
send him a
you know.
invitation to the novella.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
that was just like very I was just very proud of us.
you should
And
be.
then to tell
You
you
should be.
right after, so yeah.
It's been amazing because like watching you grow reminded me of not only what I needed, but also reminded me that how far I had come in this
Mhm.
business.
Yeah.
And it was, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for you remind me every single solitary day that that I have a voice and that I could share my voice not only with the world, but I could share it with someone that I care about and have her voice
Me too,
be
especially
as
for me. It's
powerful.
so hard to share my voice. Like it's just it's just
You remember that moment where we were like, you have to tell the truth, Sophie.
yeah, cuz it's just like I mean, who wants to put themselves out there, you know? It's hard.
Yeah.
Not everyone can. Some people could, but it's harder for just like the typical person to just like put themselves out there.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
We are doing a great job,
Yes.
and I'm super proud of you. And I wanted to share this part of my life because it feels like this is the first time I dedicated my life to myself with
Mhm.
someone.
Me too. At the same
And
time.
yeah, and so I owe a lot to you. I owe a
Me
lot
too.
to the commitment of this. So
Me
thank you.
too. Thank you.
Yeah. And
I wish
so
we had the book we could share.
I know, but we don't have the book yet because
I
it's
know.
not
But it's
done.
coming out and I'm gonna
Yes.
order it as soon as it comes. But
Yes.
it's available for pre-order on Kindle.
Yes, it
Straight Girls Are
is.
Dangerous. So you could pre-order it and then it comes out with the print copy on August 4th. And yeah. And then we're having a watch party.
Yeah, we're having a watch party on the 4th, and we'll put all that information out um,
Yes.
um,
On our social
in
media.
yeah, and
We have
in the
Instagram,
bio
Straight Girls Are
below this.
Dangerous, TikTok, and then we're also going to share on our personal accounts. Mine's Sophie Rose Cheson, and yours is,
Hollywood Junkie and Lonnie Hughes.
yes.
Yeah. So and that's Hollywood Junkie with two eyes on it. And we'll put all the information in the clip when we put it up on YouTube. So we want to thank you guys for joining us
Thank you.
and hearing our story. And basically just to tell you that you can build anything that you want as long as you build it on complete trust. And we had to be completely honest with each
I
other
know.
several times um, and talk about vulnerability.
Hmm.
And and we're still here.
Like,
And
I feel like I was manifesting my whole life unconsciously, if that makes sense, right?
oh
Like,
yeah, yeah. I think I was just I think a part of me had gotten jaded. I can't believe I'm actually saying that, but a part of me had gotten jaded and I didn't know how I could trust
hmm.
anyone. And I
Well,
think
yeah. I feel that way too still these
yeah,
days. Like, it's just, trust is the biggest, it's like, it's really hard to trust people.
yeah. But
It's,
I wasn't I'm grateful. I'm grateful that the way how the relationship started, me as a mentor, not knowing that I was actually going to become the mentee. Like,
yeah.
like you were teaching me how to trust. You were teaching me that someone needs to depend on you, and you needing to depend on me made me depend on myself in a way that I had never done ever in
Hmm.
my entire life. And I'm beyond grateful for
Me
it.
too.
So thank you.
Thank
Thanks for showing up.
thank you. And thank you
My
for
little
listening,
angel.
everyone.
Thank you. Um, anyway, so yeah, I hope you enjoy Straight Girls Are Dangerous.
Me too.
Look out for it. It'll be all over social media. And if you hear this message, if this touches you in any way, drop us a note.
Yes.
And please let us know what you think about the book.
Hmm.
And we
We
have
will.
more to come, but we're not saying much more than that.
Yes. Yes. You'll love it. It's for
Yes.
everybody.
So anyway, thank you,
Okay.
and thank you, Sophie.
Thank you.
Yeah. All righty.
Okay.
We're signing off.
Yes. We'll see you later.
Yes. Straight girls are dangerous.
Yes.
Well, you'll find out how dangerous
I
they
know.
are.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Well, bye.
Signing off.
Bye.